Greetings, friends. Hello, hello, hello. Hopefully, everyone is having a fantastic day. She's a little bit wet out there. It's great to be back. Sorry I missed you last Thursday. I was occupied in quite the lineup to return home. Fortunately, I came back with a truckload of fine quality product. We had lots of basketball autograph memorabilia, Giannis, Steph Curry, baseball, Guerrero, Tatis, wrestling, a bunch of Hogan stuff, Jerry Rice, Joe Montana. So we came back with quite a bounty. So that was good. We loaded all that on the website over the last couple of days. So that's all live and available. But let's get down to opening some packs. Of course, the case is sold out, both sides, left and right. Or one of two and two of two. I did just post up another one. So once this one's done, we'll have something to break again next Thursday. I will be live again. So let's get her done. I'll get right down to turkey here. Let's move this up here. If anyone has any questions. Joe, I did not go to the Canucks game last night. Just being so backed up. I missed the breaks on Thursday. Then we had such a mountain of stuff here that needed to be processed. I ended up just working late, trying to get everything done so the store was cleaned up so we could do business over the weekend. Or as of today, I guess. But there's a better than average chance. I mean, I've only been to 2 games all season. I'm about 90% sure I'm gonna make it to the game tomorrow night versus the Devils. Anyone watching going to the Devils game tomorrow? What break is Owen Rasso in the next one? I mean, oh, and you mean the spot number that you have? Is that what your question is? What spot number you're in the next break? I haven't. Well, let's move this camera down to the field. This one has been selling really well the past couple weeks. Like just tons of it going out. How much is that one? 150, right in the middle. And what is it? It's 2021 Series 2 Hobby. Any other ones? The new Hobby box just came out. They're 150. So yeah. Oh, and there's two breaks. Let me have just a real quick look for you. Your spot, Owen Razo David, spot 23. You're in break 3046, which is the other half of this case. So this is the first half of 6 boxes. And you're in the second half, Owen. Yeah, 23 is your spot. We're going to start here. Let's randomize Hey Joe, thanks very much. I'm glad they took care of you. They're good people over there. I don't make it over there nearly as often as I'd like to. All right, here we go. Remember, everybody, the first die never counts. We're going to randomize the die here. It's going to be 3 or more. We never do the 2, so it's 9 times. We'll randomize the list 9 times. Jets on the bottom. Ducks on the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ninth and final. Good luck. Hopefully you get the team you're shopping for. Rangers on the top. Pittsburgh on the bottom. We're going to plop that in there. So there's the Rangers on the top. Pittsburgh on the bottom. I'm going to sort that alphabetically by the team. So it'll be easier to find the team that you're looking for.
Okay. Super quick, how much is a case of Series 1 retail?
1 moment, folks. Just give me a sec.
Yeah, I'm looking to buy a case of the new hobby box and probably a case of these.
You can't
How's
do
it going?
anything.
Good. How are you?
Good.
Can't do anything on the hobby.
Yeah. You said on the website.
Yeah. Like, there's nothing. There's
Okay.
That's what it is.
Perfect. Okay.
We could do 10% on one of them.
Okay. Sure.
How many are they?
20.
20? Yeah, 20 bucks.
Okay.
Okay.
It'd be 70 times 20, so 2000.
70 times 20. You said there's 20 boxes in it?
I think these are 70, right?
You have to double check. I'm not sure if that's what they are.
It's just whatever the price is times 20 and then minus 10%, so they're 70 bucks a box, so 70 times 20. Should be 1400.
Why isn't that printing? Now I'm going to try and print this one more time. Maybe it did go.
5 boxes. 75?
Okay, there we go.
800.
How much for the what?
There
Do
you
you guys
go.
take PayPal by chance or no?
Pardon?
Do you guys take PayPal by chance?
I don't know.
You think so?
Only if you order it on the website, it takes the PayPal.
Only if we're on the website.
But then on there I can do.
But that's not what we talked about, right?
Yeah, I went to the bank today and I totally pulled out so much, so.
Okay, here we go, guys.
It's 14.
1400?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll buy a case of these, please.
Sure.
1400. Am I able to do half cash and then the other half on debit?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Yep. We don't care about. We just don't want the credit card fees. That's all.
Totally, yeah.
Okay, guys, there you go. Good luck. Leon, you're. Yeah, I've been pretty busy today, Leon. If you sent a follow-up email after we chatted, I haven't been back to review emails just yet. That'll probably be first thing in the morning. Whatever that is, we'll follow up. Whoops. Shane Pinto right off the bat. Jimmy Benn canvas. Spencer Knight for the Panthers. Here, hopefully the Knucklers had a wee bit of a rough start there. Lafreniere, Rangers, debut dates. They had a pretty solid second half of the game, but unfortunately, that first, there's a French variant, Anderson. That first 8 minutes of the game kind of set their fate. Nils Hoglander, electromagnetic, Vancouver. And of course, they had that one goal called back or disallowed. Ryan O'Reilly, Blues. So that was a bit of a stinker, but they had a pretty solid performance. Versus a two-time Stanley Cup champion team, Mikey Anderson, LA. And that's basically the core, the solid core of the two-time champions. So Quinn Hughes, canvas, Vancouver. Dazzlers, Connor McDavid. So, overall, a pretty good performance by the Nucks. The first half wouldn't have been nearly as entertaining as the second half as a Canucks fan. Ty Smith, Devils. Michael Hauser, Buffalo. Tanner Janot, Nashville. Rasmus Kupari, LA. Well, I think over the last few weeks, if you ever look at those little graphs that they do, they're like pie graphs, percentage of the team making the playoffs, then second round, third round, final, etc. I think the old Canucks have been slowly creeping up. Igor Shesterkin, electromagnetic. The Canucks are slowly creeping up the graph there, so they've got a lot better percentage chance making it than they did before. There's a gold, Ilya Sorokin. I saw your message, or one of you. Are you on one of the BC teams?
Yeah, and an IMO.
Ah, good for you.
Yeah, my buddy said Owen Kim plays on the Rivermen here, and he said you just sponsored them or something like that.
Yeah, we did it. We went up to one of the games there. We have a board.
Yeah.
On the or one of the boards. You know what I mean?
Nice. Yeah.
An ad board, and then we were up just last week, and we gave away a couple hundred packs of cards to all the kids in the stand.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Dougie Hamilton, Carolina. Yeah, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
first they didn't know what was going on, and then it was like a mob. Johnny Hockey, Calgary. Are you just over here from the island, or you live here and play there?
Back now. I got hurt, so back to the end of the season. Hopefully, I'll be able to go back next year.
Kyle Burrows, Colorado. His dad was in here day before yesterday looking for cards of his. Does it say he's from Langley, or where does it say? Oh, it says Vancouver on the back of the card. Anyways, his dad was in here yesterday, so that's kind of cool. Or day before yesterday. Another local young fella making the NHL. That's cool. Dakota Joshua, St. Louis. Brady Tkachuk, Ottawa. John Gibson, Ducks. Bjorkstand, CBJ, canvas. Tim Stutzel, Ottawa. There's Jeremy Swayman for the Bruins. That is a French one. Nice hit. He's got Boston. Good hit, TJ. That's a good card. No scratches. It's in good shape. Ty Smith, jersey. Batherson, Senators. Jonathan Huberdeau, Panthers. Garrett Pilon, Caps. Suter, Chicago. Thompson, jersey. They're here tomorrow night. I hope I get to see that game. I'm certainly planning on it. Hopefully nothing comes up between now and then that keeps me away. Philly. Pierre Oliver Joseph, Pittsburgh. Seth Jones, gold, CBJ. Kevin Shattenkirk, Ducks canvas. Connor McDavid, Edmonton. Do I expect the Canucks to make a bold deadline move? Steven is asking. Kaprizov, Minnesota. Well, that would be, that Jim Rutherford, I believe, has a lot of trading in his history. Kopitar, LA. If the Canucks, when's the trade deadline? The 23rd? I would imagine if they lose their next 3 games or 4 games leading up to their Leon Draisaitl, Edmonton, there's a heck of a lot more chance for that. But they've been clawing their way back up the Lindholm, Calgary, clawing their way back up the standings. So, their odds of making the playoffs have greatly increased over the last month, certainly over the last 2. Lankinen, Chicago. I don't think they want to be big-time sellers. I think they want to try and make the playoffs. Benoit for the Ducks. You're not going to improve your odds of making the playoffs if you trade Ryan Miller. Perhaps you could improve your odds of not just making the playoffs, but winning a few rounds or a round. Alsing, Ottawa, if you traded a Brock Besser to acquire a defenseman, perhaps. Shore up the D a little bit. Obviously going into Drysdale, another Duck. Yeah, I think if they think they're going to make it, I think Brock is probably more of an asset that they move because they can get their defensemen and whatnot, but JT is powering the team. Bobrovsky, Panthers, trade JT, and I think it's throwing in the towel on the season and hoping for next year and beyond. Clear cut, Zach Parise, Minnesota. But Brock can bring back assets for today, going forward. David Perron, Blues. If he can bring a good defenseman now, that guy's going to be here for years to come, hopefully. It's a young talent. Voracek, Philadelphia. what I don't expect is them to go out and get rentals. They're most certainly not at a position to be going all in, getting rentals for trying to make a deep playoff run this year. Runanen Rangers. Yeah, the one thing there, Stephen, I think that we're going to find with the new management is they're likely to have a lot more dancing partners. You know, Benning was a rookie GM, and just like any other business, Joey Canes, it's a lot of your success is built around the relationships that you've been able to obtain throughout your experiences. And there was a lot of assets that weren't managed or just sat there and let go for nothing. Mitch Marner, Toronto, because there wasn't a dancing partner to move him. It seemed just about every trade, certainly the significant ones. Nils Hoglander, gold, electromagnetic. Seemed the significant moves, unless it was a team from Florida, it didn't happen. So with Rutherford's history around the league, perhaps there's more trading partners out there. Matt Murray, Senators. Mikey Anderson, LA. Jacob Bryson, Buffalo. Seth Jones, CBJ. Malkin, Pittsburgh. Barkov, Florida. Capo Kukkonen, Minnesota. Darnell Nurse, Oilers, French. Are we still playing Luongo? I think he might be just about finished on our salary cap hit. Jeffrey Viel, San Jose. I don't think we were still actually paying Luongo. I do believe that the salary cap recapture payments were there. Nils Hoglander. So when they front loaded the contract and paid him $12 million or whatever, and you average that over the course of the contract, when the last party was only getting $1 million, that means that that average actually came up, and that's the recapture part of it. Matt Dumba, Minnesota. I'll be just one moment, guys. Be right back.
Hello. How are you?
So breathing. Nice out, eh?
Oh yeah.
Says who? Ducks going like this weather. Hey, did you order this weather?
Yeah, it's. I got a duck coming.
Ducks don't even like it.
All right, sorry about that, guys.
You want to see past MVP? No, no. Is that
McKinnon, Colorado.
Well, I'll take that one. And whatever.
Taking a break, eh?
Hmm?
Hey, Mo. Brady Kachuk, Ottawa. The Brock Star, Vancouver Canucks. Will he be here next season?
Nope.
Oh, we just got a couple of no's from the peanut gallery in here.
Who? Brock?
Kapari, LA. Another Swayman, number 2. Oh, the first one was French. So I guess that's the first regular one.
Third time's a charm, right?
Rain is coming down just in buckets right now here. Lafreniere for the Rangers. Yeah, only Swayman is so far for the big names, the big 3. I think it's the big 3 in here, isn't it? Tage Thompson, clear cut. Swagman. Mitch Marner. Toronto. Is he from Alaska, Mo? Look at that. Anchorage, Alaska. Mo's hometown. Heiskanen, Dallas. That's box number 3. We are halfway there, folks. Here comes the heat. Here comes the heat. Joshua. St. Louis. Corona. Pittsburgh. Darnell Nurse. Oilers. Base pack. Renton. Avalanche. Oh, there's an extra hit in this one. Sorokin. Islanders. And an exclusives 40 of 100. Tarasenko. Aiken. Bruins. Cole Caulfield. Montreal. Congrats, Robert. You walking in this stuff out there, Mike? No, you driving?
I'm driving.
Jason Robertson, Dallas. Morgan Barron, Young Gun Canvas, black bordered, Rangers. Congrats, Joseph. I think those are only like one a case on average. Docker, Ottawa, Young Gun Canvas. Pietrangelo, Vegas. Very Boulay, Tampa. Those stinking bolts from last night. Eli Tolvanen, Nashville. Olafson, Buffalo. Shesterkin, Rangers. Shuraganovich. Jersey. Spencer Knight, Florida. Dazzlers. Zach Jones, Rangers. Oh, I feel like there's a jersey in this guy. Nope. Miller, Rangers. Debut dates. Brock Nielsen, Islanders. DeBrincat, Chicago. Kucherov, Tampa. Jeffrey Veals, Young Guns, French. Second one, San Jose.
You love getting those French?
Okay, box 5 of 6.
Oh, that's too much for me.
Colton, Tampa. Bobrovsky, Florida. Brady Tkachuk, Ottawa. Petey from your Vancouver Canucks. We did post up 2 more 6-box breaks, so it'll be a sealed case broken in half. You can buy sides in both if you wish. Kopitar, LA. DeBrincat, Chicago. Jeremy Davies, Nashville. Nathan McKinnon, Colorado. Michael Backlund, Calgary. Steven Stamkos, Tampa. Ty Smith, jersey. Edmondson, Montreal. That's a French variation. Jack Hughes, jersey. Spencer Knight, Florida Young Gun. Addison, Minnesota Young Gun. Kevin Lankinen, Chicago. Brady Tkachuk, gold. Connor Hellebuck, Winnipeg. Pilon, Washington. Hardman, Chicago. Austin Matthews, T.O. Gabe Velarde, black bordered canvas, LA. Kukkonen, Minnesota canvas. Suter, Chicago. Okay, 6 of 6. If you haven't gotten your big hit, hopefully this is your box. Hopefully this is your box. Cam York, Philly. Cates, Philly again. Ovechkin. Washington. Panarin Pink Dazzlers. Rangers. Rust. Pittsburgh. Velarde. LA. Jeannot. Nashville. Samuelson. Buffalo. Braden Point. Tampa. Sebastian Aho. Jersey. Carolina. Barry Boulay. Young Gun Canvas. Tampa. Addison, Minnesota. Caulfield, Zegras, Young Guns checklist. We'll randomize that bad boy. We'll do odds and evens on that at the end. Hagel, Chicago. The Nuge, Oilers. Pasternak, Boston. Dylan Cousins, Buffalo. Getting down to the nitty gritty. Laukkanen, Buffalo, Blue Dazzlers. Kalynuk, Chicago. Holy moly, the rain just looks like it's coming down in buckets out there. Ty Smith, New Jersey. Oh, thank you. Ehlers for the Jets. Shea Theodore. Mark Stone, Vegas. Well, hopefully they don't cancel your sailing there, Joe. She can get a little rough out there in the strait. Shesterkin Rangers. French, Keith Yandel, Florida. That is break 3045. Hopefully you got a banger in that one. If you didn't, hopefully you get it in the next one. We're going to randomize this Young Gun checklist. First die that comes up never counts. We're going to do odds, evens, odds, evens. Odds is Caulfield, even is Zegras. First die does not count. There's the first die. Here we go. Here's our roll. Odds and evens. It's an odd. That will go to Montreal. I just need to find my Sharpie here. All right, that is 3045. There is the other half of the case. If you decide you like this format, there is another full case listed in 2 halves on the website in 1 of 2, 2 of 2. I'm going to take just a 30, well, probably a 1-minute break here in between. I'm quickly just going to bring up our participants and then just my real quick break, and we will be back with you live. So there's the participants of 3046. Be right with you. All right, we are set to go. First die never counts. 3 or more. 3 it is. We will randomize 3 times. A lowly 3. Jets on the bottom, Ducks on the top. Here's 1. And 2. And third and final. Coyotes on the bottom, Jets on the top. Let's plug this in there and see where we end up. I will put those alphabetically for the team. printing it up for the sorter, and we'll be ready to rock and roll.
That one is 5.
Here we go. Good luck, everybody. Just back those up a bit. Give me just a wee bit more space. Blake Wheeler. Winnipeg. I just drew like a complete blank there. I couldn't spit out the name of the team. Velarde, LA. Kachuk, Calgary. It's nice to get a little bit of new blood, so the upper deck coming out is nice. It's been so long since there was another product. Kevin Hayes, French. Hopefully Ultimate comes out as scheduled at the end of the month. Be nice to have a few new things to break. Ristolainen, Buffalo. If you do like the upper deck one, there is more listed on the website. Nicholas Backstrom, Washington. Is there anybody local that has bought spots in the break recently and not been to a Abbotsford Canuck game that wants to check one out before the season is up? Thompson, Vegas. If that is you, make sure you send me a message. Joe, do I know when the new Platinum is coming out? I do not know the answer to that. I know it was just recently that 2021 came out. And those chromium style cards, Lane Peterson, Arizona. There is a very, very limited number of factories in the world that have the technology to manufacture those chrome-based cards. So that being said, with all of the, widely popular brands, the Prisms, the Topps Chromes of the world, and etc., it's pretty hard for them to book. There's Kaprasov, Minnesota. All of the printing and packaging time. So my guess would be that Platinum would not be out for a while. Kubalik, Chicago, pink. I haven't heard that directly from the horse's mouth. That's just what I suspect because the nature of the card itself. Barzal, Islanders. Darlene, Buffalo. Oh yeah, the Skybox metal is really, really picking up steam. If you want to see some absolute crazy, crazy numbers, Addison, Minnesota. Do you know cards? Marvel metal cards that the PMGs, the precious metal gems, cards that were selling for 30, 40, 50 bucks less than a year ago are now selling for $5,000, $6,000, $7,000. And I do believe they just recently had a Spider-Man. There's Spencer Knight, Florida. A Spider-Man PMG. So I believe it was from 2013. Just sold for like $2 million. Go on to eBay and Google precious metal gem Wolverine or Spider-Man or anything like that. It's absolutely insanity. Coyotes, Connor Garland. And so that started with basketball and then it spilled out over into the other sports and non-sports. Dylan Cousins, Young Gun Canvas, black. So I would imagine seeing a sharp rise in many of the hockey. The Marvel is just out of this world. Roop Hines, Dallas canvas. Laukinen, Buffalo. That's it. Joe's got a Giordano. He's only asking a cool schmill. Delandria, Dallas. Colin from your Vancouver Canucks. I mean, who would you rather have? Spider-Man for 2 schmill or Giordano? It's like 50% off. You'd be like the captain of the Avengers or something. Josh Norris, Ottawa. Ovechkin, Dazzlers, Washington. Varlamov, Islanders. Suzuki, Montreal. That's one down, 5 to go. 5 to go. This was not a baker's dozen. It was a 12-box case. Well, that's a good one. Joe, that's a good one. Are you just sitting at the ferry waiting for your boat ride? Is that a big fat pack in there maybe? One looks a little different. Allison, Philly. Joe, are you at the Tawasin Ferry Terminal or are you in Horseshoe Bay? Kratzov, Rangers. McKinnon, Colorado. Yeah, Joe, if you're waiting a couple hours there or something like that, they have a ferry that goes back and forth to Tawasin. Tawasin Mills. Sidney Crosby, Pittsburgh. Was it the Tawasin Mills store that you went in? they'll shuttle you back and forth from the terminal to the mall so that you got something to do. Dylan Larkin, Detroit. And of course, they time it so that you're back in time to get in your vehicle and get on the boat. Suzuki, Montreal. David Perrant, St. Louis. Joe, you went to Metrotown and the Tawasin store today. Well, thank you. Hyman, Maple Leafs. Yeah, that Tawasin's a pretty big mall. The wife could spend more in there than you, I think. Anders Lee, Islanders. Nicholas Backstrom, Washington, French variation. Yeah, I usually oh, she did? That's great. Mike Hardman, Chicago. Yeah, I usually work out of the Langley store. Not that I would ever want to discourage someone from going to one of the locations, but if you could only go to one, I would definitely recommend the Langley one over the Surrey. If you're in the Lower Mainland, we just were able to... Oh, Cole Caulfield, Montreal. It's funny you said handbags. I was going to make a comment about Coach and Michael Kors. And then I thought, you know what? I'll hold my tongue because you buy boxes of hockey cards and I could get you in trouble if she's watching. Studnick, Jersey. Valino, Detroit. We have a Connor McDavid, Oilers, of course, and a Dylan Larkin jersey. So we have black Demco jerseys, I do believe, but the actual... So that was a thick one with 2 hits, and then we got a thin pack. But the actual 50th anniversary patch, I would say almost certainly that's a Canuck Team Store exclusive. David Ferentz, Nashville. Many of the other patches, commemorative style patches that have come out in the past, have all been Team Store exclusives. I'm not 100% certain on the 50th anniversary one, but I would be fairly certain that's where you would find it if it was available. Pasternak, Boston. Do you have a real quick question there? I'll be more than a minute. Kyle Connor, Winnipeg. Austin Matthews, T.O. Yeah, and Joe, if you're not buying it from the team store, Probably 19 out of 20 times if you see one listed somewhere. Philip Gustafson, Ottawa. Yeah, 19 out of 20 times if you see it somewhere listed other than the team store, it's most likely a knockoff, a fake of some sort. So be very, very wary of that if you want to make sure that you get an actual licensed piece of memorabilia. Joel Farabee, Philly. Jonathan Huberdeau, league leader in points, French edition. Leon Draisaitl, Oilers. That's number 2 down, 4 to go. I have some stuff. You're looking for like more current or vintage? I have some stuff, but I won't be able to bring it out right now because I'm doing this. Are you from the area here? Colton, can you grab one of my cards and give it to this gentleman, please? Yeah, you're welcome. You just call ahead and I can get some stuff out for you. I work usually Monday through Friday and then every second weekend. You're welcome. Mark Michaels or Michaelis. Vancouver Canucks. Yeah, I thought the Black Diamond break would have been one that sold reasonably quickly, but we never got a lot of traction on there. Ristolainen, Buffalo. It is. I mean, there's not a lot of fresh. Not a lot of fresh product out these days, so it's a lot of recycled type. Well, not recycled, but you know, there's so many products that have escalated in price, so you're kind of getting, you know, less boxes or a higher price, one of the two. Quinn Hughes, Vancouver. That's nice when you can do a half a dozen boxes for, you know, 30-40 bucks like these ones. Base pack. Shesterkin, Rangers. I thought the CDD box in there would have been a mover and shaker. Those are getting harder and harder to find for sure. It's got that bonus card in there, plus the extra parallel. Kukkonen, Minnesota. Colin, Vancouver Canucks, once again.
Only when he declares an attack, it goes down. But if he's being attacked, it doesn't. It's weird. This one's $8.
Runanen, Rangers.
Yeah, so he lost. There's also a really good card. It's called Rocket Arrow Express. Yeah. It's a level 10 train guy with 5,000 attack. Yeah. But he can't attack if he can pull anything else. Oh, okay. But if he has skill drain, you summon him as level like 5,000 attack. Oh wow. Yeah. You have one skill drain now. They're hella expensive. Oh, I don't know. $8 each. This is
Seagrass, Anaheim, portraits. We got a young gun Seagrass on the horizon here. Let's hope so for our good friend Rob. Definitely need one of those. Boom! Trevor Seagrass. But it happens to be the clear cut. And it looks like it is in fantastic condition. No scratches from what I see. Nice clean edges. Holy moly. I was actually kind of thinking I was calling the must have a one-touch handy here. And it looks like it is slightly oversized. I don't want to cram it into this holder. It doesn't quite fit, so we're going to put it in a top loader just because it didn't quite fit. In the one touch. Might be just slightly larger. Woohoo! Well, Rob no longer needs the regular Seagrass. Brett Murray. We put him on the bonus plan. Sabres. Tolvanen, Nashville. Eric Carlson, San Jose. Yeah, that Seagrass, that clear cut looks to be in just amazing condition. Scheifele, Winnipeg. Those clear cuts often scratch fairly easily. Joey Keane for the Canes. And that one looks like it's in just spectacular condition. Shiraganovich. Devils. Mantha Capitals. Sorokin Islanders.
Like $30. Can we see it? Can we see that one? Gotta see it close. It's like $10.
Samuelson Buffalo. Zach Jones, Rangers. Miller, Rangers. That's a gold, Sheraganovich. Jersey. That's who will be hosting tomorrow evening. Kopitar, LA. Definitely hoping to get out to the game tomorrow. And lacking a little bit of that. Lafreniere, Rangers. That is a 3 of 6. We are crossing the halfway point. There's still plenty of time to get everybody a hit. Morgan Barron, Young Gun. Adam Fox, Rangers. Pacioretty, Vegas. Panarin, Rangers. Sebastian Aho, Carolina. Hellebuck, Winnipeg. Hauser, Buffalo. Laffy, Rangers. Terrell Vinan, Hurricane. Mikko Rantanen, Colorado. Peyton Krebs, Vegas. Kerfoot, T.O. French. Let's get that mixer and that next case of UD1 sold. We can bust that up next Thursday when we're live, 4 p.m. Jeremy Davis, Nashville. No more trip to the USA on Thursday morning for me. That's what gotten a long lineup on my way south. even longer lineup on my way north. Kierstead, Florida. It was great to come back with all the new goodies. There was a whole bunch of hockey products that we were out of for quite a long time as well. So we got to restock on some products that were a year or more older. Black Diamond, Credentials, that type of stuff. Mantha, Washington. But unfortunately, I got stuck in the lineup there for a while. There's a gold Laffy. So I will definitely refrain from that trip south this Thursday so it doesn't happen again. It was beautiful weather too. Joel Pavelski, Stars. I had my truck was completely full. The back, the cab, the whole works. Sheraganovich, Jersey. So I was a little bit concerned about the forecasted rain, and if it rained when I would be able to get back down again. Mark McMichaelis. So I thought I would risk it. Still thought I would have been back in time. But instead of my 3 p.m. return, it ended up being about 7 o'clock at night by the time I actually landed. Shane Pinto, that was the first, I think he was in the first pack that we opened today. Sid the Kid, portraits. It's a unique new twist on the card design on there. Who else watched and went to the hockey game last night? Charlie Coyle, Boston. Anyone else go and take the game in? Originally, I was planning on going, but just didn't make it. Connor Garland, Coyotes. Wonder how quick they'll get Series 2 of Upper Deck out. Nico Hischier, Jersey. Obviously, we're not going to be looking at the same kind of delay as Upper Deck 1, but hopefully they'll be able to get it out fairly quickly. I'm glad we never ran out of Series 1. They did end up sending the product in 2 different waves, so we got half of our order. Oh, we got some upside down packs in there. Hopefully, I don't think I think by the time the second wave runs or comes in, we shouldn't be out. I mean, obviously, I'd be happy if we were by the time the next All-Star break, Joe. That I hope you're not being too ambitious there. Zegras in Caulfield. No, they're gonna get back on track here. I think they're gonna. Well, I don't really know, but you know, I hope I'm gonna randomize that one at the end. Hopefully, they get into a point where they can have the. Oh, there he is. There's another Zegras. Looking at the condition, no scratches. Looks like we got maybe just a little bit of a rough edge on the top. The front looks just gorgeous. That clear cut's got a dancing partner. Varlamov, Islanders. Nick Suzuki, black bordered canvas. I think they announced now that Montreal has gone back to full capacity, they are Rustalainen, young gun canvas, Buffalo. They're going to do the draft in Montreal this year, is my understanding. That's pretty cool. I did the All-Star game. I actually set up a booth in, I think it was one of the train stations. I can't remember what they called it. It was back in 2008. Took my dad out there with me. Ran a little booth there for the All-Star game. Roman Yossi, Nashville. Obviously, the draft, they would hold that, I'm sure, in the stadium. Oh. Jackson Cates, Young Gun Exclusives. Number 8. Philly. I'm sure that would be a pretty fun event in Montreal. Parker Kelly, Ottawa. It's a good one, Joe. It's a good one. We're not done yet. We got one banger left in us. Nathan McKinnon, Colorado. What if we got a second Zegras? You know what? It could be a second Zegras, or it could be a Caulfield, because Montreal hasn't hit. Zegras doesn't need 3, does he? Does he? Shvetnikov, Hurricane. I do remember the last one, Joe. They can't all be bangers, unfortunately. That card felt a little thicker there. Nate McKinnon, Colorado. Yeah. I'm going to put this aside. This might be a photo variation. I think it is because he's in a suit, but McKinnon was in there too. So I'm going to make sure we send that out. I think the suit cards are variations. Bear Boulay, Tampa. Braden Point, Tampa. What's the poll, guys? Is it going to be Zegras or Caulfield one more time? Letang, Pittsburgh. Joe, there's all kinds of inappropriate jokes made off of that last comment. Hagel, Chicago. So I won't make any of them. I'll just reference that they're out there. Chris Tierney, Ottawa. Got to keep the program PG, you know. John Carlson, Capitals. Oh, these are the ones that were in the box backwards. Brad Marchand, Boston. Kaliev, LA. Laner, Vegas. Dazzlers Blue, Shesterkin. Gabe Villardi, LA. Likinski, Philly.
Thanks to the Sonic, Sonic, Amani, and also beside it, there's also the Triton Nova. You know, this,
5 down, 1 to go.
mining just one down. Yep. And then just the one beside it.
Haven't got a big hit yet. Let's
Yeah.
see her now. Kyle Burrows, Colorado. Now of your Vancouver Canucks. Good local kid. Cam York, Philly. Philly sure got an awful lot of young guns. It's like Toronto in 16-17. Suter, Chicago. T.O. Clear cut, Justin Houle. Oscar Steen, Boston. Torrey Krug, St. Louis. Sid the Kid, Pittsburgh. Laukkanen, Buffalo. Pasachuk.
Yeah, the heads up with you because
Shvetnikov, Carolina. Oh, we got something here. Another local young stud. Clear picks, Matthew Barzell, Islanders. Ryan O'Reilly, St. Louis. Quentin Byfield, L.A. There's no kid in a Barzal jersey at the shop today. Rathbone, Vancouver. Ryan Ellis, Nashville. Shvetnikov, Carolina. Keaton Middleton, Colorado. Don't remember getting him in the case just yet. Let's see if I got a few more top loaders handy here. Used up a few more than I suspected, which isn't a bad thing. Kirill Kaprizov, Minnesota. Walcott, Tampa Bay. Getting down to the nitty gritty of pulling that second Caulfield. Joshua Dunn, CBJ. Johnny Hockey, Calgary. Goal, Kukanen, Minnesota. Dylan Cousins, Buffalo. Last pack. If you haven't gotten a big kahuna, I hope this one is for you. Brett Burns, San Jose. All right, friends, we need to just do a randomizer on the Caulfield Zegras. And then that will be an evening for us today. We're going to do the same thing we did before. Odds and evens, odds and evens. First die that comes up doesn't count. There we go. Remember, odds and evens. Here's our roll. It's odds again. Zegras kind of cleaned up, so it's only fitting that this one goes to Montreal. Give him a wee bit of a sniff. In any case, friends, thank you so much for joining us. We will be back on Thursday evening. There is another case of UD1 busted up into 2 halves. And like I said, looking forward to seeing you Thursday night. Stay safe. Enjoy that liquid sunshine out there.